Okay, so we'll get started in just a minute right now, I guess. Yeah, we're at 4. So today we're going to continue our gratitude practice. So especially with eclipse season, we're feeling a lot of big shifts in our lives and our experiences probably. So we may be finding it difficult to access gratitude in some of these situations. So today during practice, just thinking about what might come of these situations and how we can maybe not get swept away in the current of whatever is happening and find equanimity and just find presence and like being curious about the changes that are happening and reflecting on maybe some of those things during your practice and seeing where you can foster gratitude for that. Sound good? Okay. Let's get started laying down in Shavasana. So just take a couple of moments to settle into your practice, taking a few breaths as you arrive, just coming into the space, drawing your awareness inward. And as you settle into the space, I want to share a little quote from Melanie Beattie about gratitude. And I've shared this before in other gratitude practices, and it's one of my favorite quotes that I come back to. So I thought I'd share that today. It's just a gentle way to tune into that energy. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. We'll begin by coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees fall open. You can grab your block for support. And the hands can rest on the rib cage or the belly or at your sides. And just take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, sighing out all the stress or worries from your day. Again, breathing in gently through the nose. And exhale, release. And just let your breath begin to settle naturally, just noticing how you feel here today. Notice the sensations in your body. If the hips feel a little tight, how the lower back feels, the shoulders pressed to the mat. If you haven't already, you feel called to do so, maybe close the eyes and just let the forehead soften. Let the mind relax, let the face relax, the jaw, shoulders. Just begin to notice the breath, just the breath, without shifting or changing it. Just drawing awareness to where the breath lives in your body, in the belly, in the chest, any areas of the body that move, that expand or contract. Just following those gentle sensations. If you've used any props, gently set them aside. And use the hands to bring the knees together. Draw the right knee in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers on the thigh or the shin. Extend the left leg out long, just reaching through the left foot, then hugging the right knee in. Maybe just taking a little rock with that right hip. Just a gentle rebound here, releasing any tightness in the hip. And switch sides, drawing both knees in, and then extending the right leg out. Left knee comes in, hugging that knee in. And just noticing the opposite sides here and how one may feel a little different. Not writing any stories about it. And right foot comes in towards the hip, knee bent, drop the left foot down, knees bent, feet hip distance apart, press through the soles of the feet, lifting the hips and shifting them slightly to the left. Let the knees fall to the right, so our knees and hips are stacked. You may need to make a couple of adjustments and just notice you may feel this differently. If you have the knees further down, you're going to feel this twist more in the lower back. If you have the knees further up, that sensation may be more in the mid back or upper back, even, just depending on your body. So find what feels right today. Use any props needed, maybe a block between the knees or a block under the bottom leg. If that feels like too much of a sensation on the spine. And when you find where you're going to settle in, just bring the arms out to a T and then gaze over the left fingertip. try to draw the left shoulder down towards the mat. If it's not touching, that's okay. See if you can just think about that shoulder slowly drifting down and relaxing towards the earth. And come back to the breath. Notice how it's changed in the belly. As we take this twist, it feels differently than breathing when we're laying with our spine long. We can feel maybe the energy shift or the tightening, inviting that release. Breathing into the space and just noticing the sensations here with the rib cage, the spine, and the hips are doing in this posture. Release any props. Maybe use the right hand to draw the knees back in or engage the core a little here to shift everything back through center. And we'll just walk the feet out towards the edges of the mat and let the knees fall in towards each other. This is a constructive rest pose, just a little rebound from that twist. Taking a moment to pause. Maybe just feel those sensations leaving the body. We bring the spine long again. And walk the feet towards the hips and then press through the soles of the feet, lifting and shifting the hips over to the right. Let the knees fall to the left. Again, using any props needed to support your body today. You may want the knees further down or further up on this side. And when you're ready to settle in, bringing the arms out to a T and your gaze over the right fingertip. As you begin to rest here, just bringing into your practice one thing that you are grateful for today. One thing, it could be something as simple as being able to feel your breath in your lungs, to breathe with ease, to feel the beat of your heart or the earth beneath you. And just allow that vibration and that feeling of gratitude to fill the body. Just take it all in. Let it fill all the way to the edges of the body. Release props to the side. Slowly bringing the knees back through center. Shifting the hips back in alignment. And drawing both knees in. And just taking that gentle rock side to side. Maybe making some circles with the knees. Whatever feels good here. Just releasing the lower spine. And we'll roll to one side and come up into a seated position. Bringing the legs out wide in a V shape for dragonfly. And this can be really narrow, or you can bring it a little further out, wherever you'd like to be. Really root down through the sit bones and draw that line of energy all the way through the crown. Roll the shoulders back and down, lifting through the heart space, and just following the breath from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And just tune into the breath as you settle into this upright position. Feel into the rise and fall of the heart space. And we'll hinge at the hips, walking the hands out, but keeping the spine straight and the feet active, so toes flexed towards the body. And wherever you feel that sensation begin to arise, in the back of the legs or maybe the lower back, pause there and just notice if that's enough sensation for today. We want to have just enough that we can kind of play around and explore how this feels in our body without getting distracted by the sensations themselves on what could be wrong or what could be happening in our body. Just noticing how they feel, being curious. So if this feels good, you can stay here. You can stay in the upright position, or you can maybe round the spine, letting the head hang heavy, or walk the hands a little further out. Maybe you want to take your block, use that for support, supporting the head. Just making a choice that honors where you'd like to be today. Set any props aside, walking the hands back, slowly coming all the way up. We'll bring the right shin parallel to the front of the mat, and the left shin parallel to the side of your mat, coming into deer. And from here, if you'd like to place a block under the right knee, if there's a little bit of a gap there, you can for support. Lengthening again through the spine. Taking a breath here. And then maybe taking an option to walk the hands back a little. Notice how that changes the sensation in this left side. Maybe you feel it a little more of a stretch or sensation here. Maybe you feel it on the other side. Different for everyone, so just noticing. We don't often get that internal rotation of the hip. So it might be a little tight in there. If at any time you want to walk the hands back up, you can. Try not to sink down too much. Try to keep the heart space lifted. You can bend the elbows a little if you need to. See if you can invite the left hip to just soften. Then drawing your awareness into the heart space. We'll bring in our mantra for the month. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just in this moment, is there something you can be grateful for? Maybe something different than before. And we'll walk the hands back in towards the body if you haven't already. And as we unwind, bring that right foot close to the left glute and then cross the left leg over. So it's shoelace or gongasana. So the knees are somewhat stacked and you may need to adjust. I need to get my scarf out of the way. So the left hip may be slightly elevated off the ground. You can also keep the right leg straight if that's more comfortable for you, if the hips are pretty tight. And then we can have that long spine again, or you can walk the hands out and let the spine round a little. Just notice which option feels good here, which variation. You settle in, hands can rest on the knees or maybe on the ankles. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. And straighten the right leg out, unwind, maybe shake the legs out a little. And we'll bring our right shin parallel to the long side of the mat, left shin parallel to the rooting down through the sit bones. Nice, tall spine. Taking a couple of breaths here just to notice the sensations and the differences between the sides. And then walking the hands back. Making sure to lift through the heart space, just drawing the shoulder blades together. Settling in here, of course, using props as needed. My left side's a little more open, so I don't feel like I need a block here. Like I did on the other side. Sometimes when eclipse or retrograde or any life experience is kind of shifting our energy, pulling us in one direction or the other, finding moments of gratitude can make it a little easier to navigate those situations. There's a lot happening right now in the cosmos, and this next couple of weeks is going to be a lot of transitions and changes happening. With change comes grief and sometimes resistance. But maybe if we pause, we take moments like this to just really reflect and to notice the subtle changes in our movements and how those little changes can really shift how we experience our practice. We can carry that out into our practice, out into our experience outside of our mat. And that's also our yoga practice too. It's not just our physical postures. So thinking about if there's some situation here that's currently in your landscape that is causing a little bit of distress, you use this time to just pause and reflect and maybe take a step back and become an observer of the situation. Just notice it from the outside. Is there something that you can shift, even if it's just your view on the situation for a moment, gaining a new perspective? Opening our heart to all of the abundance that the universe provides for us in many ways, and it may not feel like it at the time. There's always something good in any situation. Walk the hands back so you're coming all the way up if you aren't there already. Draw the left foot in towards the hip and crossing that right leg over. and Gongasa on the opposite side. So play around with how your knees are stacked, making adjustments, and then settling into stillness wherever you'd like to be, holding on wherever you can. See if you can find some evenness in your breath, following the breath from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, and just whatever count is your count for your breath. If it's maybe a count of 3 or 4 or 5, just finding that same count on the inhale and on the exhale, finding balance in our breath. And gently unwind. Shake out the legs. I'm going to take some windshield wipers with the knees back and forth. And then we'll meet in tabletop for cat-cow. In tabletop, our knees are stacked under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, tops of the feet pressed into the mat, palms pressed into the mat, pressing into the earth and really creating some space between the shoulders. Just finding this stable tabletop here. On your next inhale, dropping the belly, tailbone rises, gaze comes forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, tuck the tailbone, gaze towards the navel. Inhaling, dropping the belly into cow, heart space open, gaze maybe a little higher. Exhale, broadening through the back side of the heart space. Tuck the tailbone, finding cat. And just move through these at your own pace. Feel into the corners and edges of your body. Use this next minute or so to release any tension from the shoulders, the hips, the spine. Taking nourishing movements here, even if it's a little cat-cow adjacent, rocking the hips. We're circling the rib cage. Use this time to play and explore your inner landscape. And coming back through tabletop, bring the big toes together and knees towards the edges of the mat, preparing for a wide leg child's pose. Walking the hands back as we sink the hips down. And then if you'd like to have a bolster here, you can, or you can walk the hands out and bring the heart space towards the mat. As you breathe here, exhaling, feeling the hips sink a little closer to the earth, reconnecting with the heart space, feeling the openness of the heart. Our affirmation for this month is I welcome gratitude in my heart and embrace the abundance of this moment. I welcome gratitude into my heart and embrace the abundance of this moment. Let that settle in the heart space. Let the heart soften. Let the forehead soften. And the gaze towards your fingertips. And walk the hands back, slowly coming out. And just pausing at the top. And we'll make our way to Shavasana. Laying down, knees bent or legs out long. Choice is yours. Finding a comfortable way to just rest and integrate here. Bringing the arms out to the sides, palms facing up or down, palms facing up to receive a little energy, palms facing down to ground any excess energy. Take a cleansing breath here, just a deep breath through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And just let go of any control of the breath and let it settle. Begin to let go of the practice today. Let go of anything that did or didn't happen as expected. Give yourself permission to just do nothing in this moment, to just rest. See if you can let your forehead and your eyes soften, all of the tiny muscles in your face, your jaw relax, shoulders and hips heavy, back of the head and neck supported, legs heavy, the whole body resting here. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Slowly and carefully coming back. Making your way to a seated position whenever you're ready. Maybe rolling to one side first, slowly coming up. And just taking a moment here for gratitude, bringing the hands to the heart space in some way, finding gratitude for our practice, however it was today. It was exactly what we needed. Gratitude for finding the time out of our day to come to the mat, to come to you. Maybe reconnecting something you're grateful for right now. Thank you so much for joining me for this Monday evening practice. May you walk in loving kindness. May you share your unique gift. And may you remember your true essence is love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.